Hey, what's up guys, it's Rich and welcome back to another video. Today you're watching me play some Advanced Warfare. I'm playing Search and Destroy in a public setting and I am using an Overkill class. One of the best things that they did when they removed Stopping Power and Juggernaut, which I don't agree with. I think that they should be in the game, or at least they should be in the game in the same perk slot as like the stealth perks. That's my opinion. But seeing as they did remove it, the best thing that came from that is that you could use Overkill and you wouldn't be at a disadvantage. Your sniper wouldn't get a hit mark every single time you used it. And that allows you to go into Search and Destroy and use a secondary sniper. I was going to say a secondary sniper and just spawn snipe people, which is always one of my favourite things to do on Call of Duty. And then you can use a sub, and it works really well. So that's what I'm doing this game. I'm using the ASM1 Reckless, which comes with rapid fire. So you don't have to buy that. That's for free. And then you can use two other attachments. I use Grip because with the increased fire rate, that's the one, that's the word I'm looking for. With increased fire rate, you need to have a little bit more, recoil management. So the Grip is always a nice attachment. And since I'm playing Search and Destroy, I thought to myself, many people are going to try and be stealthy, they're going to use silencers, so I threw on the parabolic microphone as well. And with the Morse sniper rifle, I am using the thermal sight, because if you don't know by now, look, I couldn't see this guy until he started moving, and then by that time I was already dead. So we go 3-0 down. But if you don't know by now, the Morse sniper has a little bit of a, I'm not sure if it's a bug or a glitch, or if they did it on purpose or something, I'm not really sure. But with the regular sight on the sniper rifle, the Morse one, it doesn't shoot where you want it to shoot. And I think that's the most ridiculous thing ever. How can they, I don't understand why they've done that. And they haven't patched it yet, so I assume it's purposeful. So you have to either use the variable scope, which many of you may know I'm not a big fan of, or you use the thermal scope, which is what I'm using at the moment, and it just helps to pick people out at a distance as well, because I always struggle with finding people on this game. I can't see them compared to the background, they just blend in and stuff, so the thermal sight definitely helps. But I don't know if you saw that, we went 3-0 down, which is a pretty terrible spot to be in, but the rest of the game is pretty good. We make the comeback. I wouldn't be uploading it if we didn't make the comeback, but this has always been one of my favourite things to do, by the way, spawn sniping on Call of Duty. I remember Call of Duty 5, Search and Destroy was one of my most played game modes, up there with like War and Domination and stuff like that. And back in Call of Duty 5, every round that you won counted as a win on your win-loss record, and every loss counted as a loss. So you'd want to win like 4-0 every single time. But they've changed it on Advanced Warfare. It's actually a pretty good change in my opinion. They've changed it so it's like the competitive settings. So it's first to 6 rounds, not 4. And the side changes every single round, which I think is a good idea, because obviously you don't want to have like 3 defensive rounds and then 1 offensive and you've already won the game. You'd rather have it split every round. That makes far more sense. So I think it's a pretty good change. And I don't know if you saw that, I actually went through a window without failing it, and I was so amazed at my feat that I almost forgot that I had enemies to shoot. And in this situation, I think I've already taken out 2 people, so now it's a 1v1. I'm on the defensive side, so I don't really have to make a move. I'm not sure if the bomb's down in an awkward position where he doesn't want to go to. And I don't want to lose this round. I don't want to make it 4-1, so I'm playing a little bit more defensively. I'm waiting for him to make the move. If he doesn't want to plant the bomb, that's fine. If he does, I'll have to go over there and try and defuse it. But eventually, he comes to me, fails the Mike Tyson panic punch, and I take him out with my ASM1 to make it 3-3. No, I think that was 3-2, but 3-3, I just died straight away. And the team like clutched up or something. So I just skipped out that round. You're not seeing things. So I'm actually going to put the class loadout that I'm using in this gameplay in the top right hand of the screen now, if you want to see what I'm using. You can look at that whilst I miss this shot on this AFK dude. That definitely didn't happen. I was just trying to, give him a chance or something. I'm not really sure what was going on, but it worked out because I killed that guy behind me anyway. But there you go. The class loadout, I'm using lightweight instead of low profile because I think the UAV is a little bit more difficult to get in search. And it only affects you for like, what is it, 20-25 seconds or something if it's not souped up, which I assume it's not. So I use lightweight instead of low profile. I use fast hands obviously because changing weapons on this game without double tap Y is so slow. So fast hands, if you're using overkill, is a must in my opinion. And fortunately for us, it's in the second perk slot, which has some pretty useless perks in search, like blind eye is kind of pointless because who's getting a warbird? I guess cold-blooded would be helpful against people like me who use thermals, but I don't really think that many people use them. So fast hands is actually pretty easy to use. You're not like sacrificing a good perk. And in the third class, I'm using toughness and blast suppressor. Now, I'm a little bit confused as to why they've done this, but Advanced Warfare was made by Sledgehammer, and they said that they didn't want to have any perks that were like must use. And then they made the movement like a vital part of the game, and then said, oh, every time you do this, you'll be on the radar. but here's a perk. So Blaster Presser, in my opinion, if you move around a lot, is a must-have perk. And I don't know why they've said, oh, we don't want dead silence in the game because it's a must-have perk, and then they've thrown in Blaster Presser. That doesn't make any sense, but of course you've got to use it on pretty much every single class that you use, unless you are a turret, unless you stand still, in which case don't bother using it. But I'm not really sure how many people play like that who are watching my videos, so there you go. But anyway, the 3-0 comeback is almost complete, and if you don't know, Search and Destroy is actually one of the fastest ways to rank up. Actually, I think it is the fastest way to rank up in this game if you're good at it. I went 18-3 in this game, and I got 30,000 XP. Without challenges and stuff, I got 30,000 XP, so that's like a level, like level 55 or something, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how the XP works. I'm not really sure because I've never prestige on this game, because there's no point. You get like one creator class slot, but you have to unlock all the attachments and stuff again, which is terrible because getting stock and stuff is a bit of a grind, and I'm not a fan of it. But there you go, there's the game. There's a 3-0 comeback with the sniper and the ASM1. If you enjoyed it, leave a like rating, subscribe if you're new, and I will talk to you all another time, probably tomorrow, or maybe on a stream. I'm not really sure. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.
Well fought, gents. I knew we hired you for a reason.